In the ancient hills of a distant land, nestled amidst lush forests and serene waterfalls, there stood a monastery known as the Lotus Peak Monastery. Perched at the edge of a steep cliff, the temple was a sanctuary for monks, seeking enlightenment and inner peace. Among the devoted inhabitants of the monastery, there was one monk whose journey was uniquely defined by the exploration of loneliness. Brother Kuan, a young and introspective monk, had arrived at the monastery years ago. He sought refuge in the teachings of the wise abbot, Master Wu, hoping to find solace for the overwhelming loneliness that had followed him like a shadow. Many wondered why such a gentle and compassionate soul like Brother Kuan would be plagued by loneliness, but he kept his deepest thoughts buried within. Days at the monastery began with the rising sun illuminating the majestic landscape. Morning chants echoed through the tranquil valley, creating a sense of unity among the monks. As they went about their daily chores and meditation practices, Brother Kuan observed his fellow monks, noting their camaraderie and sense of belonging. Yet, despite their warmth, he could not shake off the persistent feeling of isolation. Master noticed Brother Kuan's quiet introspection and decided to take him under his wing. Each evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, they would sit together on a stone bench, gazing at the stars that adorned the night sky. The old abbot spoke gently, sharing parables and wisdom that spoke directly to Brother Kuan's heart. Loneliness, my dear Kuan, is like a storm that rages within us, Master Wu said, his eyes twinkling like distant stars. It is neither good nor evil. It simply is. Embrace it, for it is through loneliness that we discover the essence of our being. With the abbot's guidance, Brother Kuan began to explore the depths of his solitude. He withdrew to a quiet corner of the monastery, where a solitary cherry blossom tree stood. There, in the embrace of nature, he sat for hours, his mind as tranquil as the surface of a still pond. In the solitude of his corner, Brother Kuan found his mind untangling the knots of anxiety and unworthiness. He learned to accept the ebb and flow of emotions, understanding that loneliness, too, was impermanent. As days turned into weeks, he found contentment in his own company and embraced the silence that enveloped him. One evening, as the setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, Brother Kuan experienced a revelation. He realized that loneliness had been his greatest teacher all along. It had been the catalyst for his journey of self-discovery, allowing him to unearth hidden strengths and face his vulnerabilities. Armed with newfound wisdom, Brother Kuan began to share his insights with his fellow monks during their evening gatherings. He spoke of the beauty of loneliness, how it was a sacred space where one could connect with their true self and the universe. His words resonated with the other monks, who found solace in knowing that they were not alone in their struggles. Brother Kuan's presence became a source of inspiration for all who knew him. He had transformed loneliness into a guiding light, illuminating the path for others seeking meaning in their own lives. Together, they learned that, even in the vastness of solitude, they were connected by the universal thread of humanity. As the years passed, the Lotus Peak Monastery became a place renowned not only for its teachings, but also for the compassion and understanding that emanated from its monks. And at the heart of it all was Brother Kuan, who had embraced his loneliness, transforming it into a source of profound strength and wisdom. And so, the story of Brother Kuan and his monk life on loneliness spread far and wide, carrying with it the message that within every moment of solitude lies the potential for enlightenment and self-discovery. For those who walked the path of the Lotus Peak Monastery, loneliness was no longer a burden but a companion on the journey to inner peace. In today's fast-paced and interconnected world, the story of Brother Kuan's monk life on loneliness resonates deeply. In a time where distractions abound and genuine connections can be fleeting, his journey reminds us of the power of introspection and embracing solitude. In our pursuit of constant connectivity, we often overlook the richness of spending time with ourselves. Brother Kuan's wisdom serves as a timeless reminder that within moments of solitude lies the potential for self-discovery, inner peace, and the understanding that loneliness, when approached with compassion, can be a path towards profound strength and enlightenment in our modern lives.